It's a damn Friday. And we're still alive. We're still alive, baby.
So far, no meteors, no volcano eruption. Well, actually, a lot of volcano eruptions. I think it's in Italy. I need to get Joey on this one. I need to show him the footage of lava being spewed out of Italy, Sicily area.
Out of Italy? There's a volcano exploding right now in Italy?
Yeah, there's a lot of volcanoes going off. There's one in
type that in. Volcano exploding in
I think it's
Italy.
Italy, yes. It's,
a volcano in Italy erupted on Sunday evening, an explosion that sent stream of fairy lava fountaining down the mountain slope. Mount Etna, an active volcano on the east coast of Sicily, sent plums of ash and columns of lava into the brief moment that was caught on video. Oh, that was December 14, 2020. I'm looking for. You said it just happened, or is it from the past?
Unless I didn't get the date right, and they said it just currently doing it. Probably the same one.
Yeah, Ron and the Voice is there in the chat. We're gonna be people when more people come in. I'm gonna try to somehow convince you guys that the story of Freddy Krueger can easily be said that's Darth Vader. Easily can be said that's Darth Vader. So and all that. So we get, we'll wait till more people come in, and we'll get into that subject. So what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to show everybody real quick, and some changes, not changes, but some things I added to my website just so people kind of know. And it's kind of fun. Carla Webster's here. Good job. Good job for being here. I should say thank you for being here, not good job for being here. Thank you for being here.
Being
Peroxide, Darth Vader, mother. Okay, you can say that. But okay, now what I did was for fun, because we all know, porn. I'm sorry, horror movies. I made a tab. If you go
saw the word horror on there, and you just want to keep it.
I know, right?
Well, not Leia.
So I added a tab to my website, and I'm going to be adding more tabs, more stuff. So the first one is I just renamed it Horror Talk Movie Review, and that's usually like one of the movies that we've done, like The Cabin in the Woods, breaking it down. That's linked to our video and stuff. So, you can watch it now. That's our video for Cabin in the Woods. So I'm keeping it that way. But I added top box office horror and sci-fi movies. So if you go in this section, what I did was, just so everybody sees it, I added top. It's going to be a top 10, but for now, I just did 5 of each. Top box office horror and sci-fi movies. Now, since the movie theater is not fully open, so there's not really a whole lot of like horror and sci-fi kind of out there right now. So I mixed it up a little bit of what's popular on the streaming service, also with the movie theater, until the full movie theaters get back up. And so I based this on how much money they're making and how many people are watching, the horror movies. So for example, each movie I put on here, I actually put a trailer for each one of these movies. So you just don't get to hear about the movie. You can click on it and see a trailer. So the ones on the left that you see here, the number one sci-fi horror movie in the country, in the world right now, is Monster Hunter. Monster Hunter stars that woman from Resident Evil, which actually tonight, myself and my wife are going to go watch this tonight at the movie theater.
Oh.
And believe it or not, we saw this movie last year, Bob, and you saw this last year, and it's number 2 because nothing's really being released. So Come Play is actually number 2.
And it came out last year, and then
yeah, because it's because all the movie theaters aren't fully open, and the ones that are, they're playing since they don't have a lot of new movies. They're playing some of the old movies too. So that's why Come Play is actually number 2. Now, number 3 is actually one on the streaming service called Annabellum. I haven't watched it yet. I haven't seen it. So I don't know if anybody else seen it. I haven't seen it. Number 4 is Freaky. Now, Freaky is a pretty fun, kind of a cute little, you know, you can take your kids with you, or kind of in a way where a man and a woman's body gets swapped. So a serial killer, that one actor, God, I forget the actor's name. He actually played in a remake of Psycho. I forgot that guy's name.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You know, All About Money. God, I forget his name.
God. Oh, he's a comedian, right?
Yes. The black hair.
Vince Vaughn?
Yes, him.
Vaughn is in a
Yes. Well, he's in this movie, Freaky, he's a serial killer.
Oh,
and something happens where the cheerleader and the serial killer body switches.
so it's a comedy.
So it's kind of a comedy slasher movie.
Okay.
Which was all right. I seen it. It was no, you know, it was nothing too like, wasn't like, hey guys, you got to see this movie. It passed the time. It wasn't, you know. And then this last one's called The Rental. I've never seen it. I don't really know a whole lot about it, but according to how many people are watching it, it's actually number 5 on the list. So that's why I had the trailer here. Now, the other 5 here are just like my picks. I put certain movies on there. It's going to change on a weekly basis. You know, just put, if somebody wants to know some of my favorites, if they want to watch it, I put it on there. Like I put Trick or Treat, the 1986, because there is another movie called Trick or Treat that came out like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
So this is the 1986 Trick or Treat. I put Evil Speak on here. The Hitcher. And actually, everybody, Evil Speak, you can find it free on YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can actually watch it. The 1986 Hitcher, not the remake. The 1986 Hitcher, because the conversations in that movie, what really made that movie.
Guys, these are truth drop movies. Now, Eric's not, you know, we're back on the subject of, we're putting out movies, so we're like, oh, they're just doing movies. No, we're doing truth drops in movies. So these particular movies have a lot of interesting information for you. If you watch them, and just, I know I watch movies now with a damn notepad. So I'll
I mean, Trick or Treat teaches you about backward records playing that's been going on for years. Evil Speak, you could say, is one of the first original kind of a Matrix AI movie where he takes a Bible and puts it in the computer to talk to the demon or talk to the AI, whatever, before computers were even really out there. So Evil Speak, I can honestly say that could be one of the originals Matrix movies.
Yeah, and again, with the Bible codes, it goes into some weird information, guys, about Bible codes, and so a lot of things that are in these movies really translate over to what's happening right now. So you've got to watch it with an open mind and new eyes to see, ears to hear. Now we're in that place. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, and then number 4 is one of my favorite Friday the 13th is actually Friday the 13th Part 2, because there's no hockey mask. It's just a potato sack mask
with one.
And when you watch it, I think some of the scenes where the mother's head, I mean, there's a lot of meaning about keeping body parts for respect and stuff, and sacrificing for revenge. So
Medusa had her head chopped off. Remember, they used her head to kill a fucking large ass huge monster. And then they have shields presently with Medusa's head on it, and a lot of architecture and work. Same concept of sacred feminine and taking the head off. Go ahead, Eric.
No. And the last one, I put An American Werewolf from London.
Oh. Yes.
And every single one of these is linked to a trailer.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm just trying to make the website, better. And I will be adding a third category. And the third category, give me a second. This is where the
oh shit, Eric, you kicked yourself off. Okay, anyway, don't forget, you guys, when you guys watch American Werewolf in London, there's a scene where he has a dream about Nazis and Nazis that turned into werewolves and, of course, killed him and his entire family. So if you go back to American Werewolf in London, there's a lot of symbolisms. They also have the star pentagram, which goes back to Venus. And Venus is, and they call it the Rose of Venus, or the pentagram or whatever of Venus. And it has the 5 stars, which goes to the 5 points in the constellations. It takes 8 years to make that full rose circle or constellation, which is the 5 stars. And then it goes back to Venus is the female, sacred feminine, and all that fun stuff. Eric got kicked off, so we do apologize for that. But go back and watch American Werewolf in London. Notice the Nazis. Notice if you're into that. Here we go. Back there.
oh, I guess a monster must have got me.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it must have.
I got a chance to talk about American Werewolf in London, so you're okay.
No, that's kind of weird. No, the last one I was just going to show. When you guys get a chance, people from the chat, in the community, I put a picture. I just put a picture of Nightmare. It's not about the Nightmare picture. I put, tell me your favorite horror movies, and maybe I'll add your movie to my list. So if you guys put what your favorite horror movie is on this, so when I do another category of a top 5, it's going to be the top 5 from you guys. And then every week I'll change it up. So, for example, if I get 10 people to put 10 movies, I'll do 5 one week and I'll do 5 the next week, But if you're like us, you like a good horror movie or a science fiction movie, go in the chat, put it in there, and then once I get enough, when I get more than 5, then I'll make that category and I'll put that 5 in there, linked to a trailer.
Yeah.
So just wanted to show that. That's cool. I think it's cool.
I think it's cool.
They might not cool. Because I want to know, I love when I hear other people's what they like, horror movies. Yeah. But if you put your favorite horror movie in this chat here, once the show's over, I don't see the chat no more. So if you go into the community bar and type it in there, then I have it. Then I can create it. So
absolutely. Yeah. A lot of fun stuff to talk about. It's easier to talk about modern things, present weird, odd anomalies and all the weird paranormal stuff when you use conversation about the movies, because the movies has a lot of information that people have been trying to tell you for the last 20, 30, 40, 50 years in these things. Am I saying go out and sit down and watch fucking movies all day? Well, you got nothing else to do because you're trapped in your house with the virus. So you might as well just take information down.
Carla did have a good question. Friday 13, how did Jason become a fully grown man after death? Well, technically, you got to remember Friday 13 part 1 to part 2. First of all, they never really said how many years apart from the first one and the second one. And remember, in the first one, Jason was already dead. He wasn't in it.
No.
There was a mother killing. So I can't remember if they already said like how many years after that, we did it. Now there was a dream sequence at the end in the water, but that wasn't the actual age of Jason. That was just a dream sequence. Just because you don't know if it's real or not. It was just kind of they just did that because they saw the movie Carrie when the hands stuck out from the grave at the end.
Yeah.
And Friday the 13th wanted to do the same thing. So they added like a dream sequence of Jason coming out of the water, but they never said that was really Jason at that age in that water at the end. So at that moment in time, he could already been I don't know, 18 or 20. And then when to the second one, I mean, it wasn't that far apart from part one. You know, it's within a year because she was going through therapy, and of course she dies at her house, which Jason must have a great like navigation map, you know, where she lives and, you know, get back in the mountains to his home. So he's pretty smart about that. So, and anybody who knows horror movies and comics, they don't always kind of go by the timelines that are set in plays. Sometimes they kind of just make up their own.
Time and space doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
It really doesn't.
He was a zombie, and it's always my opinion. I mean, he's every definition of a zombie, and he goes back. And of course, if you guys watch the show, you know he has his mother's head on a vessel. You know, obviously, lights candles around it, and almost worships his mother like the goddess, like they worship the goddess, and all that fun stuff. And then they kill teenagers, and you know, sacrifice. You got to make the sacrifice. For the day, for the ground.
I'll even share you.
Like the movie Cabin in the Woods. It's the first Cabin in the Woods, Eric. It is the first Cabin in the Woods movie. There we go. See, with candles lit. Now, Jason lit candles. You light candles in church. How many candles do we have there? Do we have 13 candles probably? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's so hard because they look like they're here. Let me look at this one. Maybe this one's easier. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Or that a reflection?
12.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, because there's one behind the machete right there. 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 on the right side of the face, and there's one looks like through her hair.
Or is that a reflection?
4. It looks like there's one through her hair. So that's 4 on the right side. So if you got 4 on the right side, on the left side, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 and 4, of course, is 12, unless I'm missing. Now,
I don't think that one on her head is a candle. I think that's a reflection.
How would a reflection come from a skull, a rotted skull? I mean, maybe.
I like the fact that it's 11. I'd say 11. Or maybe it's the Last Supper.
Well, maybe this one. Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. But then is there one behind the machete that looks like a 12?
Okay, maybe it's the Last Supper. Maybe that represents. Oh God,
I know.
Is this is the 12 the 12 disciples? You know, on the last. There we go. Wait.
1, 2. That's not. This is a replica. Oh, but let's check out the replica. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 12. It's like 11 or 12.
12. I think it's consistently 12.
Actually, no. Behind the hair, there's a lot more. So
okay, I was just trying to connect it to the Last Supper. I don't know. It was just because of the way they have it on the table and the head in the middle, and you have all the. Anyway, it's just fucking around.
Looks like Chainsaw Massacre and all that. Okay, now, I don't know if anybody even really cares about Freddy Krueger and how it's related to Darth Vader. Now, how come they are the same? Well, I'm going to tell you guys how they're the same, and then we're going to get into Freddy and how the dreams can hurt you. Okay, so we're going to get into that now. Now, Nightmare on Elm Street came out, of course, 1984. Nightmare on Elm Street. Star Wars came out in 1977. Now, the real story goes that Wes Craven used to be bullied, and he used to be bullied by a guy named Freddy. So basically, Freddy Krueger's name came from a bully that he grew up with. But now we all know they're all Star Wars fans. Now, Darth Vader. Now, you guys know the story about Darth Vader, right?
Yeah, even I got shocked on this one.
Come on, guys. Come on, guys. You guys know the story about Darth Vader, right? Okay, Freddy Krueger. What did he do that got him burned? What did he do? He killed kids. He murdered kids.
Yes,
that's what he did. And then I can't remember. I think the remake went a little bit more in depth about. I think he got away because the cops could not. They messed something up where they could not arrest him, so the parents took it in their own hands. They know his guy killed the kids, so they went to burn him alive.
Yes, burn him alive.
Okay.
Remember, he didn't just kill them; he terrorized them.
He terrorized
their adrenochrome fired. He got them all worked up.
Now, before Darth Vader, he was known as Anakin Skywalker. Okay. Now, right here in this picture, what did he do?
Wow.
He killed kids.
Padawan learners.
He killed Padawans. Killed them. He fell into the dark side. He was afraid. Remember, he went into fear because in his dreams, guys, Freddy Krueger is about dreams. In Anakin's dreams, he saw the death of his wife, which his dream came true because she did technically die from him choking his wife. And, she died, but he dreamt it, and that created fear. And fear is what allows him to join the Sith people to make his powers even stronger with the Sith side. So, right. And one of his jobs was to go and kill kids. I mean,
yes,
it is what it is, right? I mean,
well, they were Padawan learners. That means they were young Jedi. Remember, all these guys had the sight. They had the sight, the power. They can do these things. They had the Force. They were born with the Force. They had the eyes to see, the ears to hear. They could do these things. And he had to sacrifice them. I like that.
Yeah, remember that cute little kid. That cute little kid got slaughtered by Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
I mean, that's not making it up. I mean, that
looks like Anakin. It looks like a little Annie, like little Annie in the early episodes.
Yes. Yeah. And then, hold on. Hold on a second. Let me type something in.
Yes.
I mean,
it's dark, man.
Well,
sacrificed.
Okay.
Specifically sacrificed.
Now, in Nightmare on Elm Street. So what did they do? Nightmare on Elm Street. They sent the parents to go kill Freddy for killing the kids. Obi-Wan Kenobi and Yoda says, I got to show you this footage. And it shows the footage of Anakin killing the kids.
Yes.
So what does Obi-Wan got to do? Remember, Obi-Wan was like a father to him.
Yes.
A parent. He has to go to kill Anakin.
Yeah.
Has to go kill him. Just like Nightmare on Elm Street. They went to kill him. Okay? So, now, during the fight, let me pull up another picture. Hold on. I'm not going to go through the whole, Hold on. Let me find another picture here. I got a good picture. Actually, I don't know why I need to find a picture. If you look beneath my head, there he is right there being burnt.
Yeah, right.
On my thumbnail. He's right there, right? He's right there. But so Obi-Wan and them got in a big fight, and what did he do? He put Anakin on fire and Freddy Krueger on fire.
In lava. Right? Or magma.
Put the guy on fire, and what happens? Obi-Wan leaves, thought he was dead, but his powers saved him. His powers kept him alive enough to be able to be put in a suit. And then he ruled the whole galaxy by fear. He didn't like talk to you in a conversation and say, hey, don't do that no more. You do what I say or you die.
Yeah, right? He got illuminated.
Okay. Now, Freddy Krueger got burnt up, but Freddy Krueger somehow is still alive in the dreams.
He's
in a
illuminated.
dream state. In a dream state. He kills in dreams. Now people's like, well, Eric, when Jedi or Sith, when they die, they become like they become a ghost. Yes, you're right.
Yeah.
They become a ghost, like Freddy Krueger. Now, anybody who saw the worst Star Wars movies of all time, The Last Jedi, which was the worst Star Wars movie ever made, but in The Last Jedi, Yoda was a ghost and he lit a tree on fire. So yes, a ghost can't cause shit. So Freddy Krueger is basically a Sith Lord that learned how to use the powers and stuff. He never really said that where he came from.
No.
And there's comments like in one of the Nightmares movie, I think it was Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4, and he said, well, you can send me to hell, but you're coming with me. And then Freddy tells him, well, tell hell that Freddy sent you. Freddy never really said he came from hell. Freddy Krueger is like a fucking Sith Lord, man.
Yeah.
In your dreams and fear. And Luke Skywalker, in his journey, he talks to ghosts,
Yeah.
And he talks about, he has these sleeps and dreams and visions. That's what Nightmare is all about. These people trying to stay awake, and they all have these visions, and that's when stuff happens.
They become illuminated, Eric, with fire. Fire represents illumination. They're Illuminati. They're illuminated, just like Freddy Krueger on fire. Anakin becomes Darth Vader on fire to become who they become.
Yeah.
After the
Freddy made a deal with the Dream Demons. That Dream Demon, probably the Emperor. Could have been the Emperor. We don't know. You don't know who But I'm just saying is there's a lot of similarities in a lot of ways to the two movies. I mean, the only way Freddy could do what he does, he has to have some kind of force power. It's so much where George Lucas is a theory of force powers, force this, life after death is so out there because Wes Craven and George Lucas, they're friends.
Yes. Yeah, obviously they talked. I mean, this is an old concept too. That they borrowed all this information, guys, from antiquity, like the Force. The Force was borrowed from antiquity. They knew this way back when. And then in these movies, it kind of put it into a weird way where you can kind of get it. Yeah. It's good versus evil, the dark versus the light.
Yeah. Now he's right. In Freddy versus Jason, Freddy mentioned he was stuck in hell. That's why he saw it out. He mentioned the word hell, but we don't actually know what the hell really looks like. Maybe that hell is where all the Sith Lords hang out. Because remember, in the last Star Wars movie, The Rise of Skywalker, somehow when the Emperor's supposed got blown up in flames of a Death Star, and he's alive on this planet with the whole crowd of Sith Lords watching him like a rock concert, right? Remember that scene?
Yeah.
Where he's in that rock, and he got that could be hell right there. All those Sith Lords like rocking out, like, go, Emperor, go.
Well, remember, what's his name? Sammy, Sammy Kerr from Retreat. He died from fire. He died from fire. He was illuminated. He died from fire. So a lot of these villains we have in certain movies throughout the time coming to presently, they had died from fire, or they didn't die. They kind of were illuminated in the fire. A lot of this thing with fire, people, you got to really keep an eye on these things. And here's another version.
Yes, and he's right. He sought out Jason because at that time Jason is dead for real. And remember, all the Jedi ghosts, they're all dead too, so they can reappear. And there were some comics of Star Wars where you can actually bring back a Jedi from the ghost world if they did in one of the comics. So technically, they can rewrite it any way they want, And let me see here. According to the novels, all dead Sith have their incense trapped. Palpatine knew the way around that. Yeah, Palpatine did. And apparently, I know they say that Darth kind of found the light side and he's a ghost, but yeah. And remember, you could rewrite these stories any way you want to, in the Star Wars. Yes, because not even all Jedis go to a ghost. Only the ones who learned learned it from Qui-Gon. So if the Sith, they could have finally learned it. So it's here. But what I'm saying is, all these movies are all kind of based around fire, right?
Yeah. Also,
fire and fear. Now,
fire, yeah.
I'm going to show you. I'll tell you kind of a future one in a way. Not really fire and flames, about fear. If you go to The Walking Dead, Negan ruled by fear.
Yeah.
He learned that the only way to have a working society in his mind, in his world, that you got to run by fear. If you do it my way, you're going to live. If you don't, I'm going to burn you. He will burn people with flame, with fire on their skin.
Yeah, he'd burn a mark on them.
So you have some characters in Walking Dead that it's kind of like half Freddy Krueger on the side because they use fire for fear.
Yeah.
So Trick or Treat, Sammy Kerr dies in a fire. You got the movie, The Burning. Remember The Burning?
Yeah, remember also Wicker Man? The Wicker Man. They're all illuminated people. It's the illumination that burn them. And remember, we go back to we go to the elements. We got earth, wind, fire, water. I guess the ether, I don't know, the ether now. But anyway, earth, wind, fire, water. You have the triangle water symbol. Now you have fire, the fire symbol. So a lot of fire.
Carla Webster. Interesting way to think about that. Yoda being a mirror between worlds. Well, remember, Yoda, once they made Yoda be able to shoot lightning to a tree and let it on fire in the real world, not the ghost world, that just brought that they can not just come out as ghosts, they can really fuck you up in the real world, kind of like what Freddy Krueger does. He fucks you up in the dreams. Now, remember in Freddy Revenge, in the second one, Freddy tried to come out in the real world from the dream world by doing a demon possession on that guy character to come out and kill people from the real world and not just from the dreams.
Well, yeah. Now remember, fire is also in guys like Dante's Inferno. In Christian faith, they have fire as hell. They've got the Book of Enoch, which talks about fire and certain people burning within fire. So this is a kind of a recirculating thing within the mythos, within all the mythos. So they keep throwing it back at you again.
Yeah.
Connect them all. Yeah.
And like you said, fire seems like it's, I mean, look at him. I hate you. I mean, basically that's Freddy Krueger right there. Freddy Krueger's got a burnt face and he's all burnt up. Now they put him in a costume. But the only way he was be able to stay alive because of his powers, and Freddy, you got to say he has powers because if Freddy did not have powers, why is he the only one technically in hell is able to come back out?
Now, wasn't Jason burned one time? Did he catch fire in one of his things? I can't remember. My mind.
Jason. Jason got.
Did somebody light him on fire?
Had a machete. Let me see here. In part 3, he had a machete. Or part 4, the first time he supposedly really died is when he had a machete. But Corey Feldman, the best actor in the world, Corey Feldman, hit him with a machete and he died, right? And then part 6, they brought him back to life with lightning. Lightning, like Yoda using lightning on a tree, flame, power, electricity, bringing back Jason with power. And in that one, they put a chain around his neck and they put a rock in the water and he made a fire like in a circle. Like he put he made a circle in a fire. And then in part 7, he gets blown up in a house, but still did not die. And the girl with the powers in part 7 had his dead father come from the water, which their body looked pretty good from being in the water for 10, 15 years, grabbed Jason and took him back into the water and brought him back. And then in part 8, he gets picked up by a ship. They go to New York. He gets some kind of fucking radioactive liquid or something.
Yeah.
They got poured on him, and then he turns back into a kid, and then
I go.
Yeah. And then in the final Friday, he gets blown up. No, in the beginning of Final Friday, he gets blown up to pieces. Yeah. And then he's like a little cockroach worm.
Yeah, he's not going to.
That he goes into people's bodies and he possessed, which that was the most stupidest, dumbest fucking Friday 13th I ever saw. He goes into people's bodies, and then at the end, when they finally kill him, Freddy Krueger's hand comes out from the ground and drags him into hell.
Well, back in the hell.
Yeah, then the story goes in Freddy versus Jason that it got to a part where fear was not enough anymore. People were waking up to all the bullshit lies of the world that was giving them, like, dude, we're not scared of you no more. We're just not afraid. So the idea was to create fear again somehow, because kids were just not being afraid anymore. It's like the government can make us do all this, tell us you have to do this. But after a while, you're going to be like, fuck it, I don't give a shit anymore. You're going to get tired. You're going to get crazy. That's basically what's happening with the youth.
Look at Dark Glasses Woody. He got it right here. In the New Blood, Jason's was set on fire. And then also, oh no, that was a whisper to his scream. Cryptic broadcasted. Yeah, he was a New Blood.
Yeah, New Blood. And also, I said that he got blown up in a house.
Yeah, and then
he got blown up in a fire, and the dad pulled him into the water.
And there's Dark Glasses Woody says Two-Face, the character, also has half of his face is burned. So, and then somebody else put up it's the way to wake up the pineal gland.
Correct.
Yes.
There is a correction. Yeah, Freddy just grabbed his mask and took it in the ground, and that was like a clue that they're making. They're going to be making another movie. Okay, so basically, Freddy Krueger needed fear, so he brought Jason from hell or wherever he's from, Janus or whatever he's from, doesn't matter. You can say Jason's from the Matrix. I don't give a shit. He brings Jason back to bring fear back to people so Freddy can do his work. Now, technically, there's always polls, right? People always have these polls up. Freddy versus Michael, Freddy versus Jason, Freddy versus all these people. Now, first of all, you can't put Freddy Krueger in none of these fights. Because listen, if you go by their typical normal powers, Freddy can only harm you technically in fear, in dreams. Jason Michael Myers ain't afraid of nobody. So Freddy has no power against those guys, and those guys don't die. Now, you can say that Freddy could kick Saw's ass, the guy Pinhead and Saw. He's before he died of cancer, he's a regular guy. He killed him. Now Jason is known to come back to life like 3-4 times. So Jason could probably kill Michael Myers, because as much as Michael Myers keep killing Jason, he'll just come back from a lightning strike. Michael Myers. Oh yeah, no, hold on. If you go with the original timeline of Fire, guys, Michael Myers in Halloween 2 technically supposed to die at the end by fire.
By fire, yes.
Now we all know
illumination.
Now we all know in the John Carpenter's Halloween movies, Michael Myers is dead in the second one. There's no way he looked that clean in the fourth. Well, it's not really the fourth one, because part 3, Season of the Witch. Part 4 is supposedly the continuation of part 2. But even Michael Myers went to fire.
Yeah, Michael Myers. That's right. Michael Myers was on fire. Everybody. I like how someone put the pineal gland. It's the illuminated. Your pineal gland woke up. You woke up. You could see now. Whatever this place is, you woke up to it for whatever reason. Fire did.
I remember that movie, New Nightmare, when Wes Craven. New Nightmare, you could say it was a pre-movie before Scream came out, because Scream was kind of like based on how they made New Nightmare. It's about, actors bringing Freddy Krueger from the fake world into the real world, But if I don't know if people know this. If you look at the how much money like the Nightmares have made, if anybody actually cares. Now, of course, the first Nightmare on Elm Street only costed like 1.8 million to make, and it made like 57 million.
Yes.
Right, because let me hold on a second. Give me one second. Because this is kind of interesting. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Don't forget about the Freemasons, guys. On Friday the 13th, they were burned at the stake. So all the Freemasons back in mythos, you believe it, were burned at the stake. All the Freemasons, they're illuminated. They were all everybody with the stories of being. Did they really happen to them? I don't know. But I know Freddy Krueger was on fire. I know Darth Vader was on fire. The Freemasons are supposed to have been, or the Knights Templar, not the Freemasons, the Knights Templar.
Yeah.
The stake. The witches were burned at the stake, illuminated. A whole lot of this went on with this stuff. Joan of Arc was burned at the stake. A lot of history of this going on. A lot of sacrifices, burning at the stake.
I know. It's like such a horrible way to die, right?
Way to go. Somehow, I guess it zapped their pineal gland. Is the possible story goes. It wakes you up. Do I recommend Catching on Fire? No, no. We're just talking entertainment, fun stuff.
No, yeah. No,
it's not lighting. It's not doing Buddhist suicide.
No,
Buddhist suicide on fire.
If you go to like here, let me get this off a second. Like the first Nightmare budget was 1.8 million, and it made worldwide 57 million. And then the second one, they upped the budget to 3 million, and the movie only made 29 million worldwide because apparently, what I was reading that a lot of the countries actually ban Nightmares be played everywhere. So it didn't really have the opportunity to make the amount of money like as the first one because nobody really knew about Nightmare worldwide. And then of course the second one, the budget went up to like 5 million. It only made 44 million. And then of course the budget went up every year, but it never made the money as the first one, where like Nightmare on Elm Street Part 4 made 49 million. Not bad, not being played everywhere worldwide. And then they kind of dropped off where Nightmare on Elm Street 5 cost 8 million to make, but it only made 22 million. So the profits was almost not there. And then they still kept putting money in it. In Nightmare the Final Nightmare costed 9 million to make. It only made 35 million. Now what's interesting is a lot of now this is interesting. To me, this is interesting. It might not be interesting to you guys, but it kind of tells you what society thinks of actors and actresses, because a lot of critics love Wes Craven's New Nightmare the best. I mean, it's probably the most high credited Nightmare movie of them all, because how Wes Craven wrote it, where they're all actors and he's the director. They play themselves and they bring Freddy like from the Demon Dead, but it made the less money out of them all.
Yeah,
so it kind of tells you that people rather see actors play other people than themselves. They don't give a shit. They didn't give a shit about your own life. Because New Nightmare, even though it's the most highly credited movie, it made shit out of all of them. I mean, that's looking at, it tells you what the thinking process are with the people of the world.
Wow.
It's like make believe. They don't give a shit about real life people. They didn't care if Wes Craven dies in real life. They didn't care if Robert Englund dies in real life. They want to see a fake Robert Englund and a fake Freddy Krueger to kill people. I mean, now this is interesting. Their two highest ones is Freddy versus Jason. Now they did put 30 million to make it, but it made 116 million, the highest grossing of them all. So that movie made over like $70 million profit, which I'm so shocked that alone did not grant a sequel.
Yeah.
Now, the remake, which I never thought the remake was that bad. I know a lot of people didn't like the remake, and that's up to you. Well, it wasn't, he wasn't Robert Englund, okay? But that remake now costed 35 million to make, and it made 115 million. So technically, that and of course the Freddy vs. Jason were the two most profitable Nightmare movies of them all. Now people say, yeah, but people were excited about Nightmare being back. Yeah, you can say that, but if you look at the trend, that the normal Nightmare movies were dropping. The popularity was dropping because the new Nightmare only made 19 million.
Well, didn't Chucky did well, right? Chucky doll, that little Chucky doll. Chucky was also burned. In a sidebar, Chucky was also on fire.
Now, if you're gonna
Chucky.
Now there is in this article here about overview about all the franchise.
Chucky was burned.
Maybe it's not on this one, but technically out of the horror franchise, I talk about the big ones. It's actually number 3. Okay. Number 1 is Halloween, and then the second most profitable franchise is actually Friday the 13th, and then number 3 is actually Nightmare.
Okay.
4, I think 4 was Chucky that I saw.
Yeah, which was also burned.
Yeah, I don't have that. I had that article up on your computer on the laptop you're using, but it's no big deal. And of course, Nightmares. You had 2 big stars that actually came out of the Nightmare series.
Yeah.
Remember, I'm not gonna say Robert Englund is one of them because Robert Englund really his only biggest parts in his whole life, besides like being the show V, was technically Freddy Krueger. He never really did anything super huge outside of Nightmare.
Well, look at this though.
But
using V. Now remember, V is a V, and V is a water symbol. So he went from a water symbol to a fire symbol. He was burned in the next movie. He was a
that's true. True. I think the remake was successful because Freddy was played by the guy that played Rorschach in The Watchmen. In the Watchmen movie, the guy with the potato sack with the weird blackness, that was actually played by, and I think he was I think that actor also was nominated for an Oscar for a movie too. But I mean, regardless,
England was a V. He was a reptile.
The 2 biggest actors that came out of the franchise, of course, is Johnny Depp that played in the first one.
Oh yeah,
because at the time, Johnny Depp was in Hollywood trying to make it in a band. He was actually a musician. He was struggling for money. So Wes Craven gave him a small part in Nightmare, which wasn't really a small part. He had a pretty decent part, because he was a handsome kid. Because of that show, Nightmare, that got him to start on 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
Of course. Now he's a wacko.
Well, yeah, he became illuminated. Because remember, Freddy got him in Nightmare. Then that's symbolic for Johnny Depp becoming illuminated. So he was illuminated by Freddy Krueger. Come on, all these guys were all illuminated by the doctrine of Freddy Krueger, which himself was illuminated.
And then the second, probably the biggest star that came out of it is Patricia Arquette. She was actually in the third one, Dream Warriors, which if I had to say my favorites, the first one and the third one, Dream Warriors, was my second favorite.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, Dream Warriors Part 3.
I don't remember that. I don't know that one.
Yeah, that's one where they took all the Elm Street kids and they put them in that crazy place.
Oh. Were any of them caught fire too? I bet they were all illuminated.
I think one got smashed with the TV on their head.
Very
Now,
good.
now when they did the fourth one, the character that Patricia Arquette played was in the fourth one, but she didn't come back and replay her role.
Okay.
She said she wanted to do other things. I don't know. It doesn't really matter. I mean,
Yeah. As long as they're dead, as long as the children were dying. That's all.
Remember, she's an Arquette, so Arquettes are pretty. They're pretty big in Hollywood.
As long as they were being killed, Eric. That's all.
I'm guessing that she probably wanted a certain amount of money, and the studio's like, dude, it's a horror movie. We don't pay horror people big money.
No, they're not. That's a starting job in Hollywood.
It's a starting job.
Yeah,
the very first Friday the 13th had Kevin Bacon.
Now, have you noticed that? Not just me, but all the young people that come to Hollywood, their first jobs is in these horror movies, where obviously they become illuminated, and after they've been killed or sacrificed in the horror movie, then they go on to become bigger, better stars. But they have to be killed, Eric. They have to be sacrificed first in a horror movie in Hollywood. So all these producers, which is whatever the hell you guys want to call these reptiles, big money, whatever Steen his name is, whatever, they have them in, like, even what's his name, Eric? What's that guy that got in trouble for harassing all the females? Weinstein.
Yeah, we did a video called "The Burning" on our channel.
The Burning.
The Burning. What's his name? Fuck.
Weinstein, right?
Yeah, his last name is Weinstein.
Yeah, and so is the movie called The Burning?
Yeah, we did. You and I did a horror talk on it.
Wait, guys. So Weinstein, which is a producer,
Harvey Weinstein,
which is a producer.
Also, he's credit for writing part of it too.
Yeah,
he probably wrote in all the sexual parts.
Yeah, so he's a I'm not going to put down any races, but or whatever. He's a Jewish producer, big time Jewish cartel in Hollywood. Eric and I are from California. We know, not putting down anybody's religion, but it's just what it is. So Weinstein, the movie called The Burning, makes a movie. Eric and I did a show on. Eric, you probably included in the thing down here about a summer camp where he sacrifices all the young people and over-sexualizes them, kills them. And so now you have all these other movies burning of all these young potential stars coming into the Hollywood. They give them movies in these horror movies where they are killed and sacrificed.
Yeah.
And then they become big, like Johnny Depp was killed by Freddy Krueger, which was illuminated and burned. And then Johnny Depp is killed. And then the next movie, Johnny Depp comes out with a whole series that he's a kick-ass actor. Now he makes all these movies for Walt Disney and all these big things. He becomes a big actor after originally he was killed in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Let's look at this. Let's look at this for a second. Here, this is the 10 famous actors who starred in horror movies. Okay, let's just check this out for fun of it. It's for the hell of it. Okay,
Weinstein.
Paul Rudd was in Halloween: The Curse of Michael Myers. Yes, he was.
Yes, where he was killed. He was sacrificed.
I said this already. Kevin Bacon, Friday the 13th.
Sacrificed.
Johnny Depp, A Nightmare, which I said that earlier. Christopher Goblin, Friday the 13th, The Final Chapter. That's right, The Final Chapter. And didn't he also play the movie about rats? Wallow.
Rats?
Wasn't there a movie about rats? He controls rats to kill people. Willow.
Not Willow.
Not Willow. A movie about rats killing people. A movie about.
Hold on, show all the teenagers first too. We keep jumping. We keep jumping ahead. So
Willard.
I've never seen that one.
Yeah, Willard is a movie where he controls rats to kill people.
Okay.
Well, think about it, man. Dying by rats.
Oh,
that show. Hold on. What does he say? This show how sick Hollywood is.
One tour is, man. If you want to make it in Hollywood, you have to be killed. The fear of Illuminati.
She did Dream Warriors, and she also did a psychic show later in life. Yeah, she did do a psychic show, a TV series. Yes. Yes, I forgot the name of that show, but she did. She did.
How many other
Seth Rogen, Donnie Darko.
Johnny Darko killed.
Oh yeah, dude, I forgot about this one.
He made it. What's one?
Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun.
Leprechaun, yes.
Yep, Willard. Yep, that's the one. See, I knew somebody knew. I knew it. He had rats kill people.
Yeah, ironically, all of these big hit actors were in these horror movies where they either died or became evil themselves. Here we go.
Rooney Mara and Urban Legends. Is she popular? If somebody would said Rooney Mara, I wouldn't even know who the fuck Rooney Mara is.
Obviously, she's
before she got a chance to work with David Fincher, Rooney Mara would get a whole 15-second screen time in Urban Legends Bloody Mary.
Okay. Another sacrifice. A lot of sacrifices, people.
Look at this one. Leonardo DiCaprio in Critters 3. Not even the first one.
No.
In the third one.
No way. No way. No fucking way. So was he killed in Critters 3 or was he no.
I never watched Critters after the first one.
And he's a famous actor. You guys see, we're not fucking with you. We're giving you facts.
He may be one of the greatest actors working today. Leonardo actually had his film debut in Josh in Critters 3, a direct-to-video sequel of the horror comedy series. The only thing he had done prior to this was uncredited role in Roseanne.
I wonder if Weinstein ran these companies too. I wonder if Weinstein fucking runs all of these horror movie companies and all these young actors that came through there and had them all sacrificed.
Remember the Weinstein company? Remember the Weinstein company really made movies on a on a low budget.
Horror movies.
All the Quentin Tarantino movies were done under Weinstein, and they were all lower budget movies.
And then they had to. I'm not going to say it, but they had to do casting couches with him too. There's the second round of horror that you have to go through Weinstein himself. So you got to go through Weinstein himself's casting couch, and then you get casted in these horror movies that he supported, all of them, where they get burned, killed, slashed, and then they become big stars. It's okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm going to put it back on that list, but this is Critters 3. I was just curious if I recognize anything.
How many more big actors?
Let me see here. Let's look at these. Oh, look at that cute little critters.
Little demon.
It's kind of like a little gremlin.
You have to meet the demons. The demon.
Oh.
That's if you want to become a big star, you got to go meet these demons.
Whoa, look at wearing the hats. I'm trying to see. Oh, there he is.
Oh, Leonardo DiCaprio.
Playing the original Game Boy.
Original Game Boy.
Oh, he's going to kiss this girl. Oh, is that a critter wearing a bra?
Must be a critter wearing a bra.
They must have got that from Weird Science. Putting a bra on your head.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly where that came from.
That's a hacking job those guys did. But here we go. Here we go. They got to meet the demons, guys, the dark sides.
He looks like the guy from Road Warrior.
Yeah.
Look at him. Look at Leonardo. Look. That's where his acting became a legend.
Oh, legend.
In Critters 3.
Critters 3.
I never even seen the second one.
Critters 3.
Let's find out who the
Weinstein company.
Let's find out who the other two are. Brad Pitt and Cutting Class. Was there a horror movie called Cutting Class? Is that a horror movie?
Never ever heard of this fucking movie, dude.
Cutting Class feels perfectly in line with all the other cheap slasher films of the 80s. It has a very run-of-the-mill slasher premises. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to type that in. I never heard of that one.
You know what else, guys? I'm just going to throw this out there. It's just me, and don't quote me. I'm not trying to invent conspiracies, but I'm just saying that according to my list, almost all of these guys are Rh negative, by the way, blood types. Rh negative blood types. And they seem to keep showing up in horror movies, and they keep being killed in horror movies, and they're usually owned by the Weinstein company. That's kind of weird, isn't it? I don't know. It's just me. I'm just really reaching at stars trying to start something weird, but it's weird that Brad Pitt's an RH negative, DiCaprio's an RH negative, what's her name is RH negative, all the way up, and they're all in these Weinstein fucking slasher movies when they first get to Hollywood.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I don't know why I've never. Oh, there's Brad Pitt. Look how handsome he is.
I guess he's in the slasher movie.
I've never heard of Cutting Class.
I've never heard of Cutting Class.
Somebody dies. Somebody's dead there. Nice blood. Yep, you got a psycho janitor. Which, why you got to pick on a janitor? He's just a guy trying to get through, make a living. What, people probably made fun of him because he's a janitor. He probably had his reasons on why he had to do this.
Well, you remember we watched Cabin. Remember the movie Cabin in the Woods? He actually works for the United States government. Remember how the gas station guy in Cabin in the Woods, he worked for the government? Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I guess it must be 80s because people in school did get away with wearing almost nothing. Of course, nowadays, they've probably seen you home to put on pants.
Definitely a Weinstein Productions movie.
yeah. Bob, it must be a Weinstein movie, right?
Look, it must be a Weinstein movie because they're teenagers, they're RH negatives, and they have to be in a slasher movie. So you have all the elements right there.
I don't know who's got the bow and arrow. Almost naked.
Yeah, always.
Yeah, it must be a Weinstein. Oh,
gotta be a Weinstein.
Oh, gonna have some sex. Oh man,
always a teenager.
Come on, man. Don't kill somebody from the behind. That's not nice.
It's got to be Weinstein Company.
Yeah, he's gonna put that up his rear. Oh man, maybe that's why we didn't see this movie.
Well, it must be Brad Pitt getting it. Oh, of course.
Hold on. Now, is this supposed to be high school? Yeah, I guess those are young in the back, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pervert. Looks like a pervert, kind of a principal. Needed to be killed. Cutting Class. Oh, Brad Pitt got his head right there. Look at that. Look at that.
Brad Pitt, which is an RH negative blood type, which is also with Weinstein Company of the slasher movies, which goes back to Sacrifice.
Got to go through the first horror step. Harvey Weinstein. Remember, the burning helped the
Weinstein Company.
It's with the Weinstein Company invested in cheap horror movies because cheap horror movies, if you do it good enough, it made you a profit.
Yes, and it gave them a chance to be introduced to all the young actors and actresses, and they got to do casting couch calls or whatever with him privately, where they get to get killed in movies.
Well, let's find out who they say the #1 actor in horror movie is.
Who better than Tom Cruise?
Oh shit, that's right. Renee Zellweger and Matthew McConaughey in Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation.
Matthew McConaughey was the Texas Chainsaw. He was not Leatherface. He was one of the characters in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. And Zellweger was in the movie. Remember Eric? And remember who Matthew McConaughey worked for? At the end of the movie, we found out he worked for the government. Remember? I don't know if you remember that part. He worked for the government. His job was to kill teenagers. That was his job. I'm not shitting you guys. Check this one out with Matthew McConaughey, Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and in the end of the movie, you find out he works for the government.
Yeah. The funny thing was, when they had this movie made, I remember the story. It actually sat on the shelf for over a year, and they weren't going to put it out. They weren't going to put it out until McConaughey or Renee got popular, and they decided. And the thing is, it really was not a bad movie, dude. McConaughey
really liked it.
McConaughey played that fucking crazy motherfucker awesome in this movie.
Was this his first movie? Now, was this his first movie before the ones about the teenagers or the high school one? Obviously, the high school movie, but well,
let's see. Hold on, let's find out. I'll tell you right now. Matthew McConaughey. There he is. That's McConaughey. Let's see. Let's go back.
Was it Texas Chainsaw Massacre?
Let's see here. Failure to launch. 2 for the money. How to lose a guy in 10 days. Sex in the City. Oh, that's right. He was in U571, which that was a badass fucking movie.
Yeah, but
he made his A Time to Kill is when he made his really big mark as a lawyer.
Yeah.
Here we go. Days Confused was 93. And then in '94 was Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Okay, so he did Days of Confused, obviously.
Which technically in Days Confused, remember, he wasn't the main actor. He was just that side guy that was like, he was the pervert. That I get older and they stay the same age.
Weinstein reference. So then he became the Texas Chainsaw Massacre murderer, slasher guy. And then he tries to kill Zellweger.
Yeah, let's see. Let's look at that's. Let's see if we get a picture.
That's right. I remember now. She was a nerd.
Yeah. Hold on. There's got to be a McConaughey here somewhere. Where's McConaughey? God damn it! Yeah. Okay, we know. Okay, come on. Where's McConaughey?
Oh, and I've noticed.
There. Look at back. Just you don't even get to see his face, and you can see how badass McConaughey is in this movie.
Oh God, he was fucking insane. This movie, he was insane.
Oh, there he is on the ground. look at that Leatherface in the background. I didn't realize how goofy they made Leatherface in this one.
Yeah, no, remember now. If Tony was here, he would say, "There's your tranny." There, the Leatherface was a tranny. He was a man who wore women's clothes and a woman's face.
I remember that scene when he like sticks the gun in his face.
And look at the tranny. Well, the transgendered transition or whatever Leatherface with a woman's face on it, and he wore a dress with a woman's face. And then there's McConaughey, the other killer.
Yeah. Probably that scene right here probably got him the part in that Dallas Buyers Club.
Oh yeah. I
didn't say that. Nobody heard me say that. So I probably made somebody mad at. I got the gun. Oh, look at it right there. Look. I mean, he's just.
Wait a minute. Now she's wearing a rose. She's wearing the rose. Is that what that is? She has on her chest.
That's the rose.
So if she's wearing the rose, that's the. Okay, I'm just fucking around, but it's the rose of Venus. The rose of Venus. Now remember we talked about at the beginning of the movie Venus. The five-pointed pentagram in the sky where it goes around the sun. Venus goes around the sun. It actually goes around the sun 13 times. Guys, it goes around the Venus goes around the sun 13 times, and it makes a 5-point pentagram pattern as it goes around the sun. Also, they call it the rose because it makes like a rose petal, around 5 rose petals. So the rose of Venus, and she's wearing the rose of Venus in the movie with Mac. And there's the transsexual. Leatherface wearing the female mask. He's trying to kill the rose of Venus.
The rose is DNA too.
Also DNA, yeah.
So guys, I tell you what we're gonna do is Bob's gonna do his what the fuck news.
Yeah.
And then when we're done with the what the fuck news, what I have coming up is 10 things that happens to your body when you lose sleep. And it kind of goes with the Nightmare on Elm Street on one thing, you're trying to stay awake because you don't want to be killed, but you're also technically killing yourself by not sleeping. So I'm going to give you the top 10 things what happens to your body.
Yes.
Is when you don't sleep. So I'm going to play the intro to the what the fuck news, and Bob's gonna take it away from here. Hold on.
Welcome to What the Fuck News.
Okay, everybody, let's see how long I can stay on without being kicked off of this one. So this is the What the Fuck News, and this is for those of you people that have a misremembering problem. They call it the Mandela Effect. I call it a continuity error in history where things weren't consistent and things are weird and different. For me, these things, I'm like, I don't know what the fuck this is all about. Now, one of the main things is, real quick, is that there's a lot of complaints about the Bible being changed. There's a lot of things in the Bible they're different than what people remember. It's kind of throwing people off a little bit on the kilter scale. Like, what the fuck is this? I don't understand this. Now, let me say, when I look at changes, I don't care about the change. I want to look at the history, because for every change there is a back history. And as somebody that went to school, went to advanced degree in anthropology and archaeology, but anthropology focused first, is I want to know the history and why it's changed and what's going on. What I'm trying to debunk it. Okay, so I'm debunking it. And so the Bible has a consistently set of what people are saying are changes. Now, I want to let people know that I did some research and found out the Bible in antiquity and in the past, this is not the first time there's been issues with the King James version of the Bible having changes in them and causing a stir. This isn't the first time. There's several times in history. In fact, one of the times in history, it was so bad that they burned, that the king, I wrote his name down, King Charles, back in 1631. In 1631, he had Bibles burned. He had in London. Now, in London, they had a big Bible burning party because of the Bible changed in 1631. So those of you are going, what the fuck are you talking about? There was multiple times where they had Bible burning parties because the Bibles had been mistakenly printed wrong, as what people are trying to say now. Now, the back history goes. His name was the printer of the second revision version of the King James Version Bible was rewritten several times. Now, the number 2 part of the revision came about in 1631, sanctioned by King Charles. He found a royal printer who got the royal seal to print the new reversion part of the King James Version Bible. And you guys do your own research. His name is Robert Barker. In 1631. Now, this printer.
Now, Bob, read what Tony says.
What's that? Oh, where I can't. Well, I gotta scoot.
It says Bibles are being changed. Bishops and priests meet every 5 years and change words and phrases to monetize it and other reasons. Just have to look it up. FYI, with all the respect. He was just telling you. His opinion.
Exactly. So, and that's his job to do that, by the way. So don't get mad at Tony. He actually helps me out when I'm talking about this. So the Bibles have, according to this timeline and everything, Bibles have been revised constantly. So in 1631, that's when they had the big Bible bonfire by King Charles, because all the Bibles were they were all burned. They were taken out of the printing press and burned. People were bringing them and throwing their Bibles into a big fire in London. So look up and do your own research. Now, one of the reasons why the Bibles were being burned, because there was a massive, major misprint. Now, I, oddly enough, worked for a Korean printing press, and Eric can verify that I worked for a printing press, a Korean printing press for a little while. So I know about the printing. I had worked on a printer. I know how to, not a copy machine, but an actual chichung, an ink printer. So in this printing press, one of the mistakes they found, first of all, which really pissed people off, was the 10 Commandments. And the 14th commandment was a massive misprint. And it's about adultery. Thou shalt not commit adultery. The problem was, in the Bible, it said, it changed. They say, no, it didn't change. It's a misprint. It said, thou shalt commit adultery. You heard me right. Thou shalt commit adultery. Okay. And so that's a major fuck up. So it's telling you within the 10 Commandments, it's okay to go out and in the King James Version Bible, people read it, and that's what it said. So that was the first misprint they talked about. And the second, well, there were several, but the second bigger one was, I'm trying to find it here, which is with a huge one. Adultery. Okay, I'm going to look it up. Hold on. Mistakes. Okay, let me see. Okay, adultery. I'm trying to find it here real fast. It talks about God's ass. God's ass. That's right, God's ass. So let me go ahead and find that for you. But give me a second here, guys. I'm trying to read it from the book itself. Okay, 1 second. God's ass. If I could find it here. Here we go. I did a little marker in the book. Okay, so it is. Okay, it's. Okay, so it's 524. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a second here. Okay, here we go. So this one is Deuteronomy 5:24. Deuteronomy 5:24, and it says, "And ye said, Behold, the Lord our God hath showed us his glory and his greatness, and we have heard his voice." Now that's not what it said in the back then in 16. It's not what he printed in 1631. What he printed was, and this is what people read in London in 1631. This is the verse they read. It said, "And ye said, Behold, the Lord our God hath showed us his glory and his great ass." Let me repeat that. It said, and ye said, Behold, the Lord our God hath showed us his glory and his greatness. It didn't say greatness, it said great ass. Great, A-S-S-E, which is weird, great ass. And we have heard his voice out. So that's what they read. They didn't read greatness, they read great ass. That's what was printed in their book. Now, he was brought to Robert was brought to the court to talk to the king, and Robert Barker, look it up yourself, do your own research, was brought up to the court, and the king says, "Great ass, he's great ass." There somehow that printing, the way they have the old turning, it flattens it down and does the old print. Somebody probably went in there and did a joke and fucking changed it from greatness to great ass. Ironically, you got Michelangelo's thing up there in 1500s with God's ass. So somebody thought it'd be a great joke to put great ass in the Bible. And so when the king found out about it, all the books were brought back in. They were burned at the big pile of fucking Bible burnings, and he went to prison where he died. So Robert Barker died in prison in 1643 for his misprints. Yes, that was the first Bible burning because of the changes. So let's not go burning shit, everybody. Another change was in 1562, where it was Matthew 5:9, where it's supposed to be peacemaker was changed to placemakers, and in and in 1612, it comes out that Psalms 119, Psalms 119, 161. So it's 119 paragraph 161, where it talked about it changed from princess to printers, and this is back in the 1500s. Where, sorry guys, Eric, bear with me. I hate taking up the whole show with this shit. Where is it? Printers. Aha. So it was Psalms 119 right there. 119, 161. Isn't that weird? The number right there. It said princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in the awe of thy word. Again, I'm gonna read this again. Princes have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in the awe of thy word. At the time when this was misprinted, it said printers. That's right, they printed printers. And this was in 1612, where it actually misprinted and it said printers. It said printers have persecuted me without a cause. That's right, it said printers have persecuted me without a cause, but my heart standeth in awe of thy word. So if you want to debunk me, that's fine. So go look for your 1612 version of the King James Version Bible, and you're going to have it say printers. So you have another misprint. Take too much more time. And then, and then in 1795, the King James Version, Mark 7:27, it talks about, I don't even know if I have this one on here. Maybe I do, maybe I do. No, I don't. Okay, so anyway, one of the words was changed. If you want to look up Mark 7:27, and it said, let the children be filled. is the original word. It'll say filled. Let the children be filled. But in 1795, it said, let the children be killed. Let the children be killed. It was a massive misprint, and people lost their lives over that misprint in the Bible as well. So I'm just telling you guys, if you look at the history, the Bible has had misprints for a long time. It just keeps happening, and a lot of lives were lost, and a lot of Bibles were burned. So go back and look at your own information. So look up The Wicked Bible by Robert Barker. And then look up, and that's in 1631. Then look up in 1795, King James Bible, and look up Mark 7:27. Let's see, and then look up 1612. And the Principal Bible, King James Version, was another misprint again, and it was from princes to printer. So look that up. So anyway, those are the misprints in the Bible that has been consecutively coming, not just now or whatever misprints, but all the way from back then. So a lot of people lost their lives because of that.
I have a question.
What's that?
You're staying in my room.
Yes.
What the hell is this hand wash? What are you doing with this shit?
I'm washing my hands.
Well, you can't use the sink? What you trying to say? My house is too dirty that you have to have a hand wash? Come on,
I think it's pretty standard now that everybody has a hand wash. It's got alcohol and it's a hand wash. Now, I'm not afraid of all kinds of bullshit, but
I actually do have a question.
But actually, your wife is the one who bought it. Your wife bought a box of the hand washes.
I've never seen it, but I'm gonna ask a question. The Book of Eli, that's a good movie, and that book about let me ask a question.
Yeah.
Now, I have not read 0 Bibles, and I don't honestly. I don't plan to read Bibles. I don't plan to read on it, but I'm gonna ask this question in a simple kind of a way, because I heard you say the word misprint and all that. Now, around the world, there's different parts of the country in the world. Kind of like I'm gonna show this DVD for example. This DVD in America this movie's called Trick or Treat in America. Now the copy that I have, you can't find a copy no more. This copy that I have of the movie Trick or Treat is actually from Germany, and there's a man in flames. But in Germany, they can't call this Trick or Treat, so they actually have to rename it Ragman.
Yes.
And the reason I'm bringing this up, I know a movie, Trick or Treat, and the Bible. Well, all because it's written one way here in America. Is it a possibility to have this book released, I don't know, in Siberia or I don't know, somewhere in the UK or Africa that there's certain words and paragraphs for whatever reason they can't have it in there for whatever weird reason that they had to change certain paragraphs because in this country they couldn't use kind of like the simple movie. Why couldn't they call this Trick or Treat? I don't know, but they had to rename it Ragman. I mean, could that be a possibility that the book, the reason you see it changed is because it was actually released in this one country? I'm just asking. I don't know.
It is that way. So you have the King James version, which comes out of London. London was doing the primary printing because they're the ones who started the whole thing. And then you have other versions from other people who are just redoing it for their own industry, their own money. It's all about money. They've got their own versions, they have their own modern translations and different kind of translations. Now, I always recommend that people, when you think that things change, and I do know that things have changed, and for me, by looking at it, which is, I look at the history, because not only will something look like it's changed, but it's always been that way. Understand, it's always been that way, and that's why people are like, "What? You guys are fucking crazy." Go back and look at the history. And now that the history is new, the history is a what the fuck to me. I've never heard of that history. I've never heard of anybody going to prison, but there it is. It's in antiquity, so there it is. So things do change. It's starting to rain here. Also, if you guys want the authentic version, I recommend you go get the Ethiopian Bible. The Ethiopian Bible seems to be, there's the 4-leaf clover.
Yeah, I found mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's lucid now. I got to bring it out here to show it. There it is.
Isn't it kind of cool because the
Yeah, maybe Mandela made that for me. I want it.
What's cool is since it's green.
Yeah.
On my green screen, you can see fire in it.
Hold it to the back so you can see right through it. That's cool. Yeah, it's a 4-leaf clover. I want that.
It's kind of cool.
Yeah, 4-leaf. Oh, I'm losing.
London Calling.
So anyway, things to go with translation. I know I don't want to make anybody upset, but I want you guys to study the history.
Sometimes another. Yeah, the Lost Translation is a Bill Murray movie.
So yeah, translation errors are just rampant in a lot of things, people.
Let me ask you guys.
There's a history. Remember, go back, look at the Mandela Effect you're calling, and then look at the history of it, like Eric did with the Monopoly Man. Go look at the history.
Yeah. I'm gonna. This might be Mandela. I don't know. I don't know. But the name Krueger, did it always have an E after the U? I always thought Krueger. Maybe it's me. I'm not claiming this is Mandela or not. But was it Krueger spelled Kruger, or did it always have the E? Or did some people spell it either way?
No, I would spell it. If in my head, it's Kruger. I wouldn't Krueger with the U with the EU. That's more of like the European spelling. Again, with the European spellings and the American spellings are different. And everyone needs to understand there's a different spelling in Europe and in Canada, that includes Europe, from American spellings. So that's where I'm finding a lot of this is misspelled. This is changed. Well, if you go to Europe, it's spelled that way all the time. So we have that. That's been thrown into the mix for me. That's how I've been looking at a lot of things.
What do you say here? Eric, just don't show us the coin or the third temple like someone has shown at least 3 times on your show last year.
The coin of the third temple.
The third? The coin?
The coin. Oh, okay. No. He's talking about Ceiling Fan Man with his coin of the third. Yeah. Which is yeah.
I'll show you guys some coins. Here you go. Here we go.
We've got no third temple coin, man. We ain't playing that fucking silly.
Yeah, I got some Star Wars coins. Is that good enough?
From Donald Trump. Well, we'll see how far Donald Trump.
Look, I got 3 coins right here. 3 coins from Star Wars. Yeah. Does that count?
Yeah, he's put out his coins, his third temple coins, his little coins where he's a fucking king. I'm like,
Disney Pop is here. Freddy Krueger was based on of a sleep demon named Hatman.
Yeah. I've heard of that.
I gotta tell you something. I was on their last show, not on it, but I was watching it.
Yeah.
And I gotta tell you, man, she's got the nicest, sweetest voice. I'm not kissing her ass, but she's got such a nice, sweet voice on air.
Yeah, it's like Moshi Moshi. Sounds like a Japanese girl. That's what it sounds like. I was in Japan for
her voice is awesome. I love
Moshi. Moshi. I'm not putting it down. I'm actually having a good time with it.
No, I love. I was listening to her voice. It's like if you got a strong kind of a personality, like his show is, and then you got like he'll tell his story, and then you got her to come in with that sweet little voice. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very cool.
I think of Japan. She copied the Japanese.
It was funny, right? Tony was also on their chat. And you know one thing? It always drives me nuts, right? And, there's somebody, I can't remember. There's somebody in the chat that was chatting with Tony. I don't know exactly what was said, but I hate when you're yourself just having fun, then somebody brings your name in like saying something not so nice, and they also bring your name in, and you're sitting there like, dude, I'm just here watching. I didn't say nothing. Not the host. I'm talking about people like that. I hate when people have to bring your name into something when you're not even part of their conversation.
Yeah.
It's like, why? are you guys dragging my name? I mean, was it Tony? Tony wasn't saying nothing negative at me at all. But somebody was talking about Tony, and somebody had to bring in my name. It's like, why even bring in my name? Guys, don't bring in my name, all right? Just don't. Now, here, let's go back to this. Now,
yeah, go ahead to the dream. Back to the dream.
I'm going to show you guys this about dreams. Now, okay. Now, Freddy Krueger gets you in so many different ways because, hold on. What's this? We'll have link to their channel. Would be interested to check it out. I don't know.
I'm a fan.
Eyes the same. Ooh, I know what comment you mean. Yeah, right, Fizzy Pop. I wasn't saying nothing to nobody. It's like, why even bring my name in it? I was just saying. I was enjoying the show. I was enjoying seeing the spiders and all that. It's like
he's probably a guy with a high voice.
I don't know. It's just weird that why do people even have to bring you into something when you're not even saying anything negative? But who cares? Who cares? 10 things happen to your body when you lose sleep. So in the course of nightmare movies, you all know that Freddy gets you in your dreams. So they try to stay awake. But what happens to you when you stay awake? Now, this is from the Healthline. This is not an article from the movies. This is actually from a health line. Yeah. What happens if you don't sleep? Not getting enough sleep can lower your sex drive. Lower your sex drive. I'm getting my sleep now. Weaken your immune system, cause sticking issues, and lead to weight gain. When you don't get enough sleep, you may also increase the risk of certain cancers, diabetes, or even car accidents. So right here, number one, you don't get enough sleep, it says you get sick. Losing sleep can impair your body's ability to fight off illness. This makes it easier to get sick because when you sleep, that's when your body repairs itself mostly, is when you're sleeping. Researchers even uncovered relationship between sleep and your immune system. You may lose additional sleep while your body fights off a bug if you get sick and haven't had enough shut-eye. Okay, so number one is I should have went from 10 to 1, right? Oh well, who cares? Now number two, your heart suffers.
Ooh.
Both short sleep durations, less than 5 hours per night, and long sleep duration, 9 or more hours per night, have been shown to have great negative impact on your heart health, according to an analyst. So hold on. So what they're saying here is you can actually get a heart issue with less than 5 hours and more of 9 hours of sleep.
That's contradicting bullshit.
Isn't it?
Man, bullshit.
Isn't it? So you're telling me that I have to make sure if I want to live a healthy lifestyle that I need to get it between 5 or 9.
Yeah, well, yeah, I guess the 8 is is what they want or shooting for. I don't know. I've known people. Our Uncle Johnny, remember, got like 3 hours of sleep and he was fine. It depends on how each individual is different and what you're able and capable of doing.
Yeah. I'm gonna go to number 3, but this is interesting. Carla wrote, in A Nightmare on Elm Street, they told Nancy when she asked for pills to stop her dreaming that people go mad if they don't dream.
Yeah, you gotta dream. Don't stop dreaming.
Now, number 3, your cancer risk increases. Okay, let's find out. Shortened sleep is association with higher rates of breast cancer, colorectal cancer, and prostate cancer, according to AASM sleep statement. Overnight shift workers may take the brunt of the burden. The good news is that both men and women who slept 7 or more hours per night had the best mortality rates in the group. Perfect. 7 hours. Okay. Yeah. Not over 9, not over 5. Now,
I want to see their sample cluster on this one.
Now, nah, never mind. I was gonna
sample cluster. I bet this is all paid for by a drug company. That what's that pill that makes people sleep? It's the one everyone has to take at night now. Everyone's taking it. It's fucking ridiculous. Oh, I can't remember. There's an addiction problem all over England with the damn things. I can't remember.
I'm gonna give a weird kind of a medical advice for men. This is for men, and some of you guys might think I'm crazy, but look it up. I'm not lying about this. Now, one way to help to decrease chances of getting prostate cancer, there is a technique that technically supposed to help you from getting prostate cancer that a lot of people used to kind of make fun of, where playing with yourself helps decrease chances of prostate cancer. Because hold on, I'm not trying to make this into a sex show or none of that, but for a man, ejaculation helps the immune system down there to help decrease the chances of prostate cancer. So if you're going through a stage where a parent or somebody in life is telling you, don't keep playing with yourself, you're going to go blind. Actually, you're not going to go blind. You're actually going to help yourself to decrease chances. Now, it's not 100%. You're going to decrease all of it, but a man playing with himself can help decrease chances of prostate cancer. Look it up.
Okay, I didn't see them study. How would they do that study? I don't know.
Look it up. I'm just not saying just to say that.
Yeah. Well, it increases that kind of act increases your testosterone levels. As soon as you stop doing that, then yeah. So once your testosterone levels are higher, then you can you decrease a lot of cancer problems.
The one pill you're talking about, melatonin, is that what you're talking about?
And there's another one. God damn it! The one that everyone takes. It's like I can't remember it. There's one that everyone takes for sleep now. It's like a fucking, they're handing out like candy to everybody. Everybody in this fucking timeline is addicted to a goddamn pill.
Bob, contact Octarius ASAP. Doctor's orders.
yeah, I've got no problem with it. I've got the
exercise were to make us last longer. No, dude, I'm not joking, people. Look it up. I'm just trying to help you guys out. I want everybody to be cancer free. And if there's any Viagra, oh man.
Yeah,
Viagra probably gives you cancer, right? What's this here?
Yeah.
One cigarette says to the other, what star signs are you? Cancer, of course.
There you go. Well, see, when I smoke because I don't want to get the COVID, so I always have to smoke cigarettes because you're less likely to get COVID.
I'm sorry, Fizzy Pop, your virgin ears. I'm sorry. I was just looking out for everybody to let them know that it's true. You know, it's just like how that one country that they make money by taking people's used condoms. I mean, this stuff happens. It's true.
I just like to see them. I mean, I went to school for anthropology, and we had to do a lot of fucking surveys and do these. We learned how to do surveys and then measurement and do the
this one is a good one. You can't think. Now, this is a good one. This is true. You can't think. Even missing one night of sleep can lead to some major conditions issues. In a study published by Experimental Brain Research, a group of 18 men were given a task to complete. The first task was complete following a full night's sleep. The next task was completed after skipping a night of sleep. Brain functions, including memory, decision-making, reasoning, and problem-solving, worsen along with reaction time and alertness. Now, first of all, let me just say this. No fucking shit. I'm sorry. No fucking shit. That's common sense. I mean, come on. Doing a project awake and sleepy, come on. If you're sleepy, you're gonna do a shittier job. I mean, that's common sense, dude. I don't even need to do a fucking research with 18 men. Just give me your fucking research money, and I can just write you up and tell you after you sleep, you'll do better work than if you haven't slept. I mean, come on. People have to pay money for that kind of research, dude. No wonder we live in a stupid world where we're wasting money on shit like that. But who cares? Here we go. Next one. You forget stuff. Not only can you miss sleep fulfill. There's also growing body of research indicating that sleep has an impact on learning and memory. Again, hold on. Again, 5 to number 4. No offense. No fucking shit. You're fucking tired. You need sleep. Of course you can't. You're going to forget stuff. That's common sense. That's what Freddy Krueger wants you to not sleep, because he's going to get you, baby. Now, this one here, though, this is more interesting stuff right here. Number 6, your libido diminishes. Of course.
No shit.
Not getting enough sleep could reduce your sex drive. Well, yeah, I can see that. In one study, young men who lose sleep over a 1 week period showed a decrease in testosterone levels, Bob, like you're saying.
Yep.
Sleeping 5 or fewer hours reduce sex hormones levels by as much as 10 to 15%. The men also reported that the overall mood and vigor decline with each considerable night. And look, you got no sleep, you got no sex drive.
Yes.
For men, you're not playing with yourself. That's when prostate cancer increases. Remember, number 2 says cancer can increase. Well, I just gave you the connection about men playing with themselves to help them to reduce cancer for prostate, but by you not sleeping, your libido sucks. You don't want to play with yourself. You're going to have a greater chance of prostate cancer. See, man, you need to listen to me. I might be the one that's saving your life.
Yeah, you guys aren't like me. You guys don't have aliens milking you all the time. See, I'm okay. That's why my testosterone levels are high. I got a thick-ass beard.
Now, here we go. And what happens? You gain weight. Lack of sleep can cause you pack on pounds. A study examined the relationship between sleep and weight. 21,469 adults over the age of 20. The people who slept less than 5 hours each night over the course of a 3-year study were more likely to gain weight and eventually become obese. Those who slept between 7 and 8 hours. Now, first of all, if you're trying to stay awake for a reason, there's got to be. Hold on. There's got to be. Come on. Hold on. Common sense. We all need common sense.
Yes.
If you're not getting enough sleep, you're staying awake for a reason, right? And what do you do to help you stay awake? You drink a lot of coffee. You're probably eating food. You're probably doing something to help you try to stay awake.
Yeah.
Otherwise, why aren't you sleeping?
You're watching movies and then analyzing them on a show because you're not sleeping. Yes. True. Yes.
Touche.
You're becoming illuminated by watching people become illuminated.
That's true. I watched Nightmare 1. I watched the remake and 4 and 5 before this movie.
Yes.
So you're right.
Movie.
So that means because of this, I'm going to gain a few pounds.
Yeah.
I'm going to gain a few pounds. So okay, here we go. Now let's go to number 8. Number 8. Your risk of diabetes increases. Well, of course, you eat more. Okay, along with bigger waistline, people who don't get enough sleep or get too much, there we go again with that word too much, increases the risk of developing adult onset diabetes. Researchers examined 10 separate studies focused on sleep and diabetes.
Yes.
Their finds uncovered that 7 to 8 hours of rest is the optimal range to avoid insulin issues that could lead to diabetes.
Yes.
Oh man, I can't wait for number 9.
We got to write this down
right now. But Bob, that's another kind of a common sense, right? I mean, if you're gonna gain weight, usually your diabetes kind of go up. You know, even when these dieters, doctors, or whatever tell people who used to be on the Atkins diet. Hold on. You know, they say Atkins diet is bad for you. I'm not here to say it's bad or good for you. But the people who use Atkins diet to lose a lot of weight, even though that's not a great diet, but their diabetes, a lot of them go away because they lose weight. Yeah. They're losing weight. So even if they say the diet's bad, as long as you lose weight,
Yeah.
you're going to get benefits. Now, I'm not here to say Atkins is good for you or bad for you. I don't know, but you do lose weight. Now, I got number 9. Now, number 9 sounds interesting.
What's that?
Not you're accident prone. Let's see this.
Yes, you are.
You're 3 times more likely to be involved in a car accident if you get 6 or fewer hours of sleep each night, according to the National Sleep Foundation. The most vulnerable people are shift workers, commercial drivers, business travelers, and anyone else working along or odd hours. Think twice before getting behind the wheel if you're not sleeping enough. Now,
I want to work for the Sleep Foundation.
Yes.
Did they give you a pillow, or do you have to bring your own pillow?
Yes. I mean, what did they do? Did they go, hey, Eric, I want you to sleep for 4 hours.
Yes.
And I want you to get in this car and drive around a track. Are they
I want to work for the National Sleep Foundation.
Are they,
I want to work for the National Sleep Foundation.
No kidding, right?
It'd be easy job.
Now, number 10. Your skin suffers. Holy crap. Women, you might want to hear this one. All of these health risks don't convince you to get more sleep. Do it for your looks.
Yes.
There you go. Who cares about your fucking health? You want to make sure you look fucking great.
Good. Yes.
In one study, a group of people between the ages of 30 and 50 were evaluated based on their sleep habits and the conditions of their skin. The results relevant that those with too little sleep had more fine lines, wrinkles, uneven skin color, and marked looseness of the skin. The poor sleepers were also more dissatisfied with their appearance than their well-rested counterparts.
Yes.
Now, after reading all this, I'm going to evaluate what all of this is saying.
What's that saying? That all the people in Nightmare on Elm Street, all them teenagers that got killed, they got this problem. They got
what Nightmare is saying is,
so Johnny Depp
we're killing ourselves, right? We're basically killing ourselves because too much sleep or not enough. Okay, so let's look at what's going on in the world right now. The world is still in somewhat of a lockdown.
Yeah.
On one end, there's people probably working from home. Now they're probably getting too much sleep because they're home, and you're not getting enough exercise. And if you are getting sick, what in the old days, if you're getting sick, you got to walk, get in your car, drive to your doctor's office, use exercise to get there, right? You got to walk, run, whatever you got to do. You got to get to a doctor's. Now, you're probably getting more sleep. And if you are sick, you don't have to go to the doctor's office. You can see them on your computer screen.
Yeah.
You can do a virtual visit. So you're not getting more exercise now. You're getting less exercise. Your doctor's probably telling you, take a rest.
Yeah.
Take a rest.
Like Dan would say, I'm always outside with a backpack, so I'm healthy. You guys should get out of your house.
You're right. I mean, honestly, that's what the key is here to all of this is what I'm reading here. To have the perfect life is you want sleep between 7 and 8 hours, no less than 5, no more than 9. So if you're a guy, if you're a man, what you need to do, men, is play with yourself, get sleep between 7 and 8 hours, no less, no more. Go take a walk. By doing all that, your sick libido is going to be coming back strong. Your chances of prostate cancer is going to drop. No, don't worry about diabetes because you're getting out. Now, but even in the real world, when there is no lockdown, there is nothing. People are overworking. They're low pay. You're worried more about work. So when you get home, you got to make dinner for the kids, right? So you're probably getting, after you feed everybody, you're home from work, you're worried about the next day for work. You're probably only getting 3-4 hours of sleep. So I think what we need to do, like some countries do this. Some countries give people more than 2 weeks a year for a vacation. People in Denmark, those sons of bitches in Denmark gets a shitload of days off during the year. So they get they're happy people. Here in America, we're working too hard. We need to balance out life. So the government, if they really care about your health, they should say, people in America, you're only going to work 8 hours a day, no more overtime. You're going to go home, relax. You're going to have, instead of working 5 days a week, work 4 days a week. Get your proper sleep, get your proper health. And you know what, Bob? Maybe by doing that, hey, maybe visits to the doctors less because we're less stressful.
Yeah.
You know? And maybe we won't have Freddy Krueger coming after you because we're getting the proper shit that we need, right?
Yeah, I mean, because everybody that was in a Freddy Krueger movie actually has all of these problems because they're not getting any sleep. Now, the opposite of this right here, guys, is just become homeless because you actually work against every one of those. You get a lot of sleep. You're always outside. You get all the wonderful perks from you get everything on that list, the opposite of what's on that list. Just become homeless. There you go. And that's why they're so healthy.
Ocean Girl's back.
There's Mandela. Yes.
Hi, Robert and Eric. It's been a while. It has been a while.
There's our Australian gal. She's been with us since the beginning, guys, so we're shouting her out.
Oh yeah, she's actually
way
she was there. She was there from the beginning.
Yeah. Good to shout her out.
Yeah. So what did we learn today? That Freddy Krueger could get you in two different ways. He could get you in your dreams, or if you don't dream and don't sleep,
all them problems.
You're just you're doing a slow death. Now, Bob mentioned something before the show that it is true that part of torture that governments, wars, whatever you want to say, do to people is they would starve you and keep you awake. They would, if you're falling asleep, they'll water in your face. They would make you like
deprivation.
Yes.
I mean, that's what the internet is. I mean, that's what's going on with the news channel and all the scare tactics. Everything on there, that's sleep deprivation. They're lowering your immune systems so you guys get what? I don't know. Called corona.
So what are you saying, Bob? That in the real world, all the news and a lot of these senators and governors, they're basically the Freddy Kruegers.
Yes, they're the Freddy Kruegers. They're the ones scaring you. And people want to sleep.
And the
stats now are that kids are not getting enough sleep. Adults are not getting enough sleep because everybody's locked into this blue screen.
I think the kids are not getting the proper sleep because now sometimes I hear my daughter at 12, 1 o'clock in the morning talking to her friends on the phone, technically on a school night, but because they don't have to go to the school, they could just wake up 10 minutes before the class starts at 9 or whatever it starts, and boom. Yeah. And let's not forget, there's a lot of YouTubers. There's a lot of YouTubers are just like Freddy Krueger themselves too. So not just the government.
Yeah.
There's a lot of YouTubers that spread fear. So let's not pretend that it's all just Hollywood. It's all government. It's all them.
I spread love.
Social media, Instagram, Twitters. Dude, there's Freddy Kruegers all around us.
Yeah, when you watch me and Eric, you guys get love.
You get love
from you for you guys. Love.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at Bob's drinking. That's love right there.
Yeah. I would give Eric one, but he's got to go drive. After the show, he has to go pick up his wife, so he's got to drive. I was like, Eric, I'm going to sneak you in a beer. And Eric's like, oh, I got to drive. Oh, Eric, don't drink and drive.
That is not being a Freddy Krueger.
That is not being a Freddy Krueger. Exactly.
But beyond that, guys, today was awesome. Today was fun.
Yeah, don't let the bad spite you.
Remember, guys, if, every weekend I do send out a newsletter, and my newsletter basically says, what's our week topics are going to be. And that week topics might give you a head start to do some research on the side before the show even starts,
Yeah.
So if you want to get that newsletter, you're going to have to go to the website and subscribe. It's free because when you subscribe, you're putting in your email address. So when I send out that newsletter of the show during the week, you'll get to know, get a head start. And of course, once I get more easier and faster at it, I'll be adding more stories, not just what the show is going to be about and all that. So,
and we reached like 1,000. I'm gonna go topless on it for you guys on the show.
Yes. And guys, I really recommend go to that website as soon as the show's over. Watch our last video of the 3 news topics that we did. They're awesome. They're fun. I think you might enjoy it.
Yeah, I keep trying to tell Eric to put it on, but Eric's smart. He's holding off so you guys can go to his channel to see the video. Now we have a funny ass video. We both made a really good video. I enjoyed making it. Eric enjoyed making it, so it was fun to watch. It's only on the website at the moment. We're gonna put it online here for you guys to see, but don't be lazy. Just go to the damn website real fast and watch that video. It's funny. I know we got over 10,000 subs. It should be 10,000 people watching it. What the hell?
Should be.
Or you can wait till we start on tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So beyond that, guys, we had a great time. Well, like we say, we'll see you guys on Sunday. On a Sunday, I'm sorry. I'll see you on Monday. On Monday. See you guys later.
Monday.